Chapter 54 of the Ontario Reader's Third Book by the Ontario Ministry of Education. Read for LibriVox.org. Damon and Pythias. In Syracuse there was so hard a ruler that the people made a plot to drive him out of the city. The plot was discovered, and the king commanded that the leaders should be put to death. One of these, named Damon, lived at some distance from Syracuse. He asked that before he was put to death he might be allowed to go home to say good-bye to his family, promising that he would then come back to die at the appointed time. The king did not believe that he would keep his word, and said, "I will not let you go unless you find some friend who will come and stay in your place. Then if you are not back on the day set for execution, I shall put your friend to death in your stead." The king thought to himself, "Surely no one will ever take the place of a man condemned to death." Now Damon had a very dear friend, named Pythias, who at once came forward and offered to stay in prison while Damon was allowed to go away. The king was very much surprised, but he had given his word. Damon was, therefore, permitted to leave for home, while Pythias was shut up in prison. Many days passed, the time for the execution was close at hand, and Damon had not come back. The king, curious to see how Pythias would behave, now that death seemed so near, went to the prison. "Your friend will never return," he said to Pythias. "You are wrong," was the answer. "Damon will be here if he can possibly come. But he has to travel by sea, and the winds have been blowing the wrong way for several days. However, it is much better that I should die than he. I have no wife and no children, and I love my friend so well that it would be easier to die for him than to live without him. So I am hoping and praying that he may be delayed until my head has fallen." The king went away more puzzled than ever. The fatal day arrived, but Damon had not come. Pythias was brought forward and led upon the scaffold. "My prayers are heard," he cried. "I shall be permitted to die for my friend. But mark my words, Damon is faithful and true. You will yet have reason to know he has done his utmost to be here." Just at this moment a man came galloping up at full speed, on a horse covered with foam. It was Damon. In an instant he was on the scaffold, and had Pythias in his arms. "My beloved friend," he cried, "the gods be praised that you are safe. What agony have I suffered in the fear that my delay was putting your life in danger!" There was no joy in the face of Pythias, for he did not care to live if his friend must die. But the king had heard all. At last he was forced to believe in the unselfish friendship of these two. His hard heart melted at the sight, and he set them both free, asking only that they would be his friends too. Charlotte M. Young. "Honor and shame from no condition rise. Act well your part, there all the honor lies." Pope. End of Section 54. This recording is in the public domain.